Rabbina Meir Lau. Thank you very much, and now I would like to ask Rabbi Meir Lau to take the floor.
Mr. Meir, Mrs. Zeumeska, dear rabbis, dignitaries, your excellencies, the ambassadors to Poland, leaders of the community in Czestochowa, and last but not the least, Zygmunt Roland. When Zygmunt insisted on to bring me here for a few hours to Czestochowa from Tel Aviv, I have decided that I'm not going to deliver a speech, not this time, but to tell you some of my memories and to share with you my experience from this place. I am here today the second time in my life in Czestochowa. I came here, I was brought here, I didn't come. I was brought here exactly this week, 65 years ago, from my home city, Piotrków Trybunalski. In Piotrków, when the Russian army was close, the German took us immediately by train after a selection. My brother and myself were sent here. We worked in Hasak. There was Rakov, Warta, Pleceri, but we were in Czestochowa. We came here on the last of days of October 44. My mother separated from us in Piotrków at the train station, was sent to Germany, and we didn't see her anymore. We were here almost 3 months. When the Russian army was almost close in the corner of the city, we were sent here, and from here to the train, which took us not to Treblinka, but to Buchenwald. My first speech in my life was held here in Czestochowa. In my autobiographic book, I gave in Hebrew so far, there is a chapter which its title is The Speech Who Saved My Life. And this happened to be here in Czestochowa. I gave thousands of speeches since then, but the first one, which is unforgettable, was here. What was the speech? A new officer of the Gestapo came to Czestochowianka in Hasak. His name was Kisling. The first thing he have decided to do is to liquidate the very few children who were here among the Jewish prisoners. They are not productive. They don't bring any benefit. We don't need them. They eat and they do nothing for the efforts of the Third Reich. We must get rid of them. And we were standing there, children, and he spoke in German, and the Blockälteste was the interpreter from German to Polish and told us what Kisling is saying. At that time, I made a small hill, stones under myself. Naively, I thought I will be a little bit taller. I was 7.5 years old. And when he ended, and we have heard in Polish what he said, I started to speak. And I said to him, you have a mistake. We are not doing nothing. We are active. In Piotrków Trybunalski there is a glass factory, Hortensia, Huta. I worked there 12 hours a day. Was 6 years old. There was a carriage made of wood, 60 bottles of water. People worked in the flames of the factory to blow and make glass. And I brought water for them to drink all the time. In and out, 60 bottles in one carriage. I pushed it into the flames, out to the snow, 12 hours a day. When I was younger, it was a year. So today, I can shine the shoes, the boots that you need. My speech itself didn't save my life. My brother Naftali had to take out of his mouth a diamond, which my mother gave it to him in Piotrków before we left, for such a case, a critical moment, to pay for my life with that diamond. A technique, a dentist was with us in the barrack. He took out the diamond of the mouth of my brother. This diamond, together with my speech, enabled me to come the second time in my life to Czestochowa to tell you about an experience here in this place. The world kept silent. It was January 45 that we left here. Time enough from September the 1st, 39 to know, at least in Europe and even in the United States, to know what's happening for the Jews here in Poland particularly and in Europe in general. The world kept silent. This monument that you, Sigmund, are so kind to donate for the history will be a proof and evidence not only for the president of Iran, who is denying the very existence of Holocaust at all, stupidly, evilly, not only for him, for Williamson the priest, or Irving the historian, so-called historian. It's more important for the future, as you have said, for the children and grandchildren, not only the Jewish and not only the Polish, mankind at all have to promise that such a dark period of people who killed brutally innocent people will never reappear again in any place in the world. Thank you.